Hello and welcome back to the channel. I haven't posted in a while, but I'm still alive, and this time I will show you a software I made. The problem that this application solves is the irregularity of titles. So I will show you in practice because it will be much easier for you to understand what I mean. So here we have two files. This is the application, the BeautyFiler. And this is just a batch script that will generate some files for testing. So let's see what the problem looks like and how can we solve it. Okay, here are the files. So in this one the words are separated by an underscore, but we want to have a space, just like as we're writing in normal life. This one has words separated by dashes, as you can see here and here. This one is separated by only one dash. Now this is relevant when we have MP3s and we want to have a separation between the artist and the title, and we also want to have space around the dash. So this is important for you to understand that here we have only one dash, here we have more than one dash. The application will look at this problem. So if it sees only one dash, it will create spaces. If it sees a lot of dashes, it will replace all those dashes with spaces. This file has only one issue, and that is that it begins with a small letter. So we want to capitalize every word. At least this is my favorite way of doing things. Here we have two words separated by a dot. Now if we look at the complete file name, we can see that we also have a dot in here. So just saying rename every file by replacing all the dots is not okay, because we will lose the extension. So in this case we need a rule that excludes this part and only renames this part. And in the last case, words are separated by more than one space, which is also something we don't want. So we can see here 1, 2 and 3 spaces. Now Total Commander can do this with batch renaming, but the problem is when you have a folder that has lots of file names with lots of rules to consider. And this is where this application comes in handy, because it will check every file name for every type of issue and it will automatically correct according to the rules I set. Now you can check the rules on the README file, so you can study the behavior of the application more in depth, so you understand what you are doing to your files. Okay, this is for the intro part. Now let's do some practical stuff. We're launching the exe file. This runs on Windows 10, 64-bit. It will not run on 32 bits. I tried and it didn't work. Okay, we select a directory. Since we're selecting a directory, or a folder if you want to name it so, we are not seeing files, and this is okay. The important thing is for us to select what we want. So in this case I just select this folder, or I can go inside, it's not a problem, and click on select folder, and it will list all the files it sees. And this is okay for double checking ourselves. We might have similarly named folders and we don't want to rename all the files in a folder that is not intended for the purpose. So as you can see, we have the list, and the application also displays the path, so we can double check it here too. And the last thing we have to do is click on the Beautify button. Now the software is not smart enough yet to collect all the errors, so it will say success no matter if it manages to rename the files or not. This will be corrected in the future. Okay, so it did its job. All we have to do is click on the X, we close it, and we can see now that every word is capitalized. So each one starts with a big letter and then continues with a small case letter. Here we had the underscore, it was replaced with one space. Here we had separation with dashes instead of spaces, so all dashes have been replaced with space. Here we said that we might have an artist and a track type of format, and we wanted only space around the dash, but do not delete the dash, so here we go. This one was all lower cases and we converted the first letter to uppercase. This one was separated with dots. We can see that the dot has been replaced by space, but the extension dot remained the same. In the last case we had too many spaces. Between words, so the application deleted all the extra spaces and kept only one. Now it's important to note that the application can delete only 3 or 4 spaces. So in case you have 10 spaces between words, it will not do its job. It will delete only 3 of those 10 and the rest will remain the same. This means you have to run the application again and again until you have the final result, which can be quite annoying stuff. So as you can see, the application is not perfect, but it does its job. It can be a little bit better than Total Commander in this case scenario. Now if you have only one folder with 1,000 files that have only one type of issue, Total Commander is the way to go. Now we can try to run this in a different folder. So I will delete these. I create a test folder and I will drag the create files batch in here, and we created the files again. So in this case we run the application again and select the folder. It remembers where it acted last time, so we select the test folder, say beautify, success, close the file, and now we see the same good result. That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.